What's up, y'all? Welcome to another RG Talk Time. Today I will be talking about ASAP Rocky, TK, and Eminem. So, I just saw in the news a couple of hours ago that ASAP Rocky has been charged with assault by the Swedish government, even though our government's trying to bring him home, and our government's talking to their government about bringing him home. They are charging him with assault in their country. And I said in last week's video that I think that even though he's not innocent like that, those guys were following him around. Those guys were like trying to harass him. So he was defending himself and his team. But he could be facing up to 2 years in jail in a Swedish prison. So I don't know what to make of that. And also, TK was given 50 years. He, as most of you know, most fans of his, he was given 50 years, and most of you, I guess, know him from his song "The Race." I mean, I don't really listen to him, so I don't really know that much about him. But I presume that's where most of you know him from, was that song. And I guess what I make of that is that he should have done the crime, but there was a circumstance behind him doing it. So I guess I kind of get it in that sense. I never had to struggle like he has. But you are a product of the type of environment that you come up in. I mean, I came up in a white suburban neighborhood. I'm probably the whitest kid ever, but I rap because I sometimes have pain in my heart that I have to get off my chest. So, now before I get into my final and main topic, like the video, subscribe. Eminem recently just dropped a song with one of his shady record label mates, Conway. And I thought it was dope. Probably his best verse in all of 2019. But this verse shows a bit of why most people now have an issue with Eminem in some way. Now, I'm a diehard fan. I will always support Eminem no matter what. But people have been calling Eminem inconsistent since, I'd say, 2016. Because in 2016, he dropped Campaign Speech, which was decent. Then in 2017, he was on a track with Big Sean called No Favors, and he demolished and killed that verse. And then he was on Pink's album in a song called Revenge, which wasn't really all that, to be honest. And then his Revival album dropped, and people started clowning him because it wasn't what we were expecting. It was, to me, it was a 7 out of 10. I love the first 6 tracks and the last 3 tracks, so that for me gives it a 7 out of 10. I didn't love a lot of it, but I didn't hate it either. It was just meh. And then Kamikaze comes out. Well, no, I have to backtrack a little bit. And then he puts out the Chloroseptic remix, and that one was just anger fueled, and people were like, "Oh, Shady's back." And then he was on a song with Nicki Minaj called Majesty, which I thought was decent. It wasn't really all that great, but oh man! And then Kamikaze comes out. I'm sitting on my bed looking at my phone. I was uh I was putting my things out because I had school the next day, and I was getting ready. It was like 12:02, and I get a text from my friend. He was like, "Dude, look at your phone." And I see that Eminem dropped a surprise album out of nowhere, and I listen to it, and it's fire as hell. And then he drops a song with Boogie called Rainy Days, which was great. And then he dropped a song with Logic called Homicide, which was great. And then he dropped a song with Ed Sheeran and 50 Cent, which I thought was decent. But it was that thread of inconsistency. And then Bang comes out, and that's great. So M so far has had a great past 2 years. So I think he knows what his fans want. But I just hope that he can keep this up. Thank you. Like, subscribe. I'm out. Deuces.